recommended 1/3.
Yeah.
So what recourse does the employee have in such a situation in terms of just if the deduction, the salary deduction exceeds that limit?
You see, and again, think about East Africa, think about Kenya. I mean, there are many people who do that, and the employee, him or herself, decides, it's better I take this rather than going to sit at home or go in the village. So it becomes sort of an arrangement that is actually unlawful, but it is being carried out by the employee and the employer. But an employer should not wait until things have become so bad as to reduce beyond the 1/3. So he should then inform. I mean, this is projections, proper business manners or practice, where you are able to understand that your income in the coming 1 year or 2 years will be so much less that you prepare your employees well in advance. And this has happened. You've seen, we can name several companies in the country that have laid off people. So you cannot reduce your employees' pay to below the limits expected by the law just because you're in hardship. And to avoid that, you've got to have proper projections, you've got to have proper advice from the market leaders and experts in the industry to tell you that if this is where you are now, definitely you need to inform your employees so that you don't come to a situation where you are doing unlawful things in your company.
We've also seen cases where there are complaints that in a workplace there are people paid, the pay is so different. Somebody could be paid, let's say 20,000, the other person is paid 1 million Kenya shillings. Is that something that the law protects, or say something about it? Just fair compensation and average compensation?
Yeah, it feels unfair, really, but the law actually protects it. I mean, employment is about a contract. If you come for you go for an interview to a company, they ask you how much you want to earn, and then you say, I want to earn 40,000, and they ask you why you think you deserve 40,000, and then you give your explanation, and there's a whole lot of people there listening to you, and they determine in their judgment, right or wrong. They say, no, this one is saying 40, but we will give her or him 30. And they ask you later, would you consider working if we pay you 30? And you say yes, isn't it? This is a contract. And sometimes this is done wrongly because these are people who understand your economic situation. They take advantage in asking you such a question. But when you find these other people, especially, foreign technocrats, when they come to work in a company, they say they want to earn 1 million. And because they know their rights, they stick to 1 million. And because you need them, you actually hire them. So you sign a contract. It's protected by the law. It all really depends on how astute, how strong you are to negotiate for your contract. And I want to say something because I've interviewed especially young people.
Yeah.
You must understand what you want when you want to go and work somewhere. When you have understood it, you must be bold and you must stick to your objectives, to what you want.
Yeah.
Every single employer will actually like you if you stick to your position and justify why you think that is what you deserve. They will not let you down just because you said a higher, pay. But they are also going to measure from your intonations, from your resolve, from how you present yourself, whether you deserve that. And once they make a conclusion that you have a special skill and talent, it doesn't matter whether you say 1 million or you say, they would later call you to renegotiate the payment part, show you why the company is not going to be able to pay you 1 million, but it requires you, and they're suggesting you probably take 200,000 in place of the 500,000 or 800,000 you quoted. So young people should learn this. It's when you go simping and looking really desperate and I need it, you can pay me anything, I will work for you. That's not, an employer will think you're not serious at all. Yeah.
So you've mentioned something quite interesting about sometimes the salary can be reduced. You say if you're earning, say, 1 million and this company wants to give you, say, 200,000 Kenya shillings. In that situation, can an employer